Hey guys, Sableye here, and welcome back to the channel. Today I figured we'd close off Series 12 of VGC with a little bit of Xerneas action. I am currently trying to get Xerneas to top 30 on the ladder to finish off the season, so if you haven't been following me on Twitch, that's definitely where most of that action is going down. But you know what, I definitely wanted to get you guys on YouTube some action with the Xerneas as well, because I do think the team is pretty solid. So chilling around 185 right now, got number 491 here with questionable matchup, but the good news is there's no Thundurus. Generally speaking, on some matchup like this, the Thundurus is what gives me issues because it puts on an immense amount of pressures that I can't really stop. Whereas with the Alecki, on the other hand, I can actually get away going Thundurus Kyogre. I need to go, it's Xerneas or Kartana, it's one or the other in this case. Now because they have the Gastrodon, I'm a little bit more tempted to bring the Kartana than I am the Xerneas. So I think I'm going to go Instant Cart. Unfortunately, no Xerneas in this game, which is a little bit sad, but you know what, it's one of those mons that you can't, it's one of those restricted, you just have to be okay with not being able to bring to every game. And I've started to learn that with this team a lot. I mean, maybe it's a little late, Series 12 is already over, but you know what I mean, Series 12 just about to be over, maybe I was a little late, but like I said, Xerneas is not a mon you can really bring into every matchup. And a matchup like this, I mean, I could get away with it, it's pretty decent, right? I get my Geomancy up, it gets through, Rotom doesn't bother it, Landorus doesn't scare it, Gastron doesn't bother it, Calyrex doesn't really bother it, right? Like, it's definitely a decent mon to have. It's just not necessarily the mon I wanted to bring here, right? I think Kartana for that Gastrodon might just be a little bit better off. Now, maybe I should have forced Xern into game, but we'll see how this goes. I think we should be able to win regardless, but let's see what we got. We're going to see Alecki. Now, gonna be honest, this is probably the worst case scenario for us, because this might very well be physical Alecki, and I have no way to know that. So I think my best course of action is to slow the Alecki down and just go for Origin Pulse. And basically say if they're going to take my Ogre, they can go ahead and take my Ogre, and Origin Pulse is going to do enough anyways. And if they want to max Alecki, like their AV, let's just say their AV, they max Alecki and switch in Gastrodon, I Eerie Impulse that back down on the following turn, and I'm still okay. I have to O-Pulse just in case there's something like a Specs Calyrex here. I don't want to be taking too much damage from it. They are going to actually max this Alecki immediately, so we're not going to be going, it's not going to go, English, Ryan, tough language. It's not going to be going till after the, after my Ogre here, which is really, really nice. Now, as long as my Origin Pulse comes off and does damage on the both, I think we're in a pretty perfectly fine position, because that gives us a spot where Kartana can kind of walk in and do some damage. So we're going to get the damage up here. We're going to be able to gauge as well based on how much damage the O-Pulse does as to what item is on this Alecki. But there's the Barrage, and there's a chance they predict Kyogre protecting here. That might very well be Specs, or they just crit me. Yeah, cool. Or they can just crit me, you know? Anyways, Origin Pulse is going to come on out. And yeah, this is where getting crit hurts. But I mean, Ogre was gone anyways. Origin Pulse was doing the same amount. So it's not like it's the end of the world right there. This is a little rough. Xerneas would have been a little bit better than Kartana right now, I'm going to be honest, because I could have walked in with Xerneas and been in a perfectly fine position. I think I bring Cart though. I don't think that's AV Alecki. I think AV Alecki takes that a little bit better than that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Eerie Impulse into the Calyrex, and I'm going to Airstream into the Alecki. What this should allow me to do is should allow Thundurus to survive, and the Alecki should go down. And then both think we should be okay to pull it back, but this is still a little bit spooky in the end game here. We do have to get through Alecki, and it's going to be a little bit tougher than I would have liked. But Kartana can do it. The Airstream is to set up so that I'm faster than Calyrex next turn. I can use my Thundurus support onto the mon beside it, or just pivot Thundurus out into Incineroar. So we'll see what happens here. I think this is not ideal, but still fine. Eerie Impulse is fine. No Protect, so that means I am going before the Alecki here, so the Airstream will finish off the Alecki. Alecki gets nothing out of this now, which is nice. Barrage can come on out. Like I said, Thunder's going to live. Kart's going to be able to tank pretty well. Airstream's going to go out, going to pick off the Alecki, and in turn give me a speed boost and a +1. So in this game, I've got the max advantage right now. I'm still a little bit concerned about the fact that, you know, there's a full health Zacian still, but I think for the most part what I do is I kill Cali this turn, I would think. Get myself another beast boost and bring in Incin. And I think I would Steel Spike to give my Instant a defense boost. But we'll see what else they have in the back first. Because I don't know if Zacian really wants to walk in right now. It might. Obviously, Instant's my endgame versus that Zacian. So I'm going to have to play to that. It is going to be the dog. So, should be a Sacred Sword from their end. Into my Kartana. I bring an Incineroar to allow... Yeah, so Thundy goes out. I go Instant. That's a given. That play is easy. The question is, what's their last mon? So it could be Lando on that side. It could be... I think there's a chance it's Gastron. I'm going to Overgrow. Also gives me some health back as well. So I think this is the best play possible. I mean, if it's Rotom in the back, it gets a little shaky. But if it's Gastron and we catch a kill, then we're winning. Yeah. It is Gastro. We're going to get the KO here. Instant's going to come in. It's going to be able to fake out the Zacian next turn as I go for a Knuckle, not a Knuckle, an Air Scream into the Calyrex. And that should be a game right there. That should just be GG, I think. Anyways, Overgrowth's going to pick up the KO as expected. It's going to be a Sacred Sword. The question should be Sacred Sword into Kartana, I would presume, trying to pick up the knockout, but the Intimidate's not going to allow that to happen. So, guys, that crit just makes that kill 62 million Gastrodons, I'm going to be honest. That crit just makes that kill 62 million Gastrodons rather than opposed to the 60 million it was going to before. But, like, you know, Kartana's going to get that Beast Boost, going to get back to +2 here. And we're going to see close combat, so -1. Close combat's interesting. It's a little annoying. But I think it's okay because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to Steel Spike into... I fake out Zacian. I just Steel Spike the Calyrex. And I think that's super safe. Right, and I Steel Spike. That gives my instant defense boost here. It's a free fake out. Obviously, I can't guard with Cart, so I Steel Spike into you. Get you down. And as long as Kartana is faster, there's nothing like something dumb like Scarf Calyrex here, we're fine. But like there's nothing it's not like I can play around to Scarf Cali anyways. If it's just Scarf Cali, we just cry a little bit, but really hoping it's not going to be Scarf Cali. Yeah, and it is not. There's the Steel Spike coming out into that Calyrex. Now my Kartana gets up to +3. The Zacian is down to -1 defenses. I mean, a Smart Strike should just kill. And we have officially pinned them. This is GG. They can't do anything. They can close combat and potentially kill Instant if they want to. That's assuming they live this Smart Strike first. So let's say they live the Smart Strike. They kill Instant. Well, then I get another Smart Strike. But if they live the Smart Strike and kill Kartana, then I get a Flare Blitz to finish the game. So this is GG. There is nothing they can do to win this game. And just when I was saying Xerneas might have been a little bit better, Kartana decides to absolutely sweep. So we're going to go Flare Blitz and a Smart Strike. So Kartana gaming, guys. Kartana absolutely gaming. And you love to see it. There's literally nothing my opponent can do now. This is just Kartana got in the spot and Kartana went crazy. Kartana went in the spot and Kartana got crazy. Yeah, Zacian's not even going to survive that. It is gone, guys. But that's going to wrap up the first one. Hopefully 3 games in for you guys today. That is generally the plan here. Of course, guys, I am curious. What was your favorite? It was Sword and Shield coming to an end, right? What was your favorite format from Sword and Shield? Personally, I am a no Dynamax fan, so I'm going to say Series 10. I quite enjoyed Series 10, I'm going to be completely honest. That's going to be my vote there. Some other ones for me were probably, I like Series 3 and 4 as well. Those were fun. Like, early Sword and Shield was fun. Like, well, people were still figuring things out. I think it was good. Like, Series 3 and 4. Series 9 was good as well, along with Series 10. But I think Series 10, definitely the easy favorite from my end. Just because of the no Dynamax. So, definitely curious as to what you guys have to say about your formats here. But up to 153. So, top 30 still looking very promising for Xerneas. Obviously, we'll be streaming the end of this run. I think this video is going to be up Tuesday. So, I'll be streaming probably this day. If you're watching this video the day it comes out, that's when I'll be streaming. But yeah, and here we go. Talk about rough matchup galore. Talk about rough matchup galore. Okay. This is still okay. It's just not great. Because now I have to bring Xerneas to deal with Thundurus. And that makes it super rough. Generally speaking, I wouldn't need to. Actually, do I need to bring Xerneas? Or can I just modify the lead? Right? In theory, I could just modify the lead. Like Cart Thundy. shuts down 90% of what they want to go for. It's just I'd rather have the late game max with Cart rather than maxing early, you know? And that becomes the problem. So I'm going to stick with what I generally do into this matchup. I don't know if it's going to work. And I think I like Cart more than Instant just because there is that Gastrodon. But Instant for the Intimidate. No, I need the Intimidate. So I need Xerneas. Basically, the modification here is the fact that they're probably leading Thundurus into me, right? There's no reason for them not to click the Thundurus button into me. And because of that, I need to have my Xerneas on the field. But if they lead something like like Thundurus Zacian, the game is over. Regardless of what I lead, I don't have an answer to it, right? And generally, I'd be able to maybe maneuver it with the Ogre. But the problem is there's a Gastrodon in the back. So now I basically have to make the call of do they switch in Gastrodon. Which, thankfully, I don't have to make because I didn't bring the Ogre, which I thought for whatever reason I did. But this is just as bad, if not worse. Like, at least the Ogre forces them to maybe switch into Gastrodon, right? Like, this way is just super rough. Okay. I'm not going to hate this right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play it slow. I'm going to Scary Face. And I'm just going to Dazzling Gleam. So, basically, my game plan here is to keep things slow for my Ogre to come in and click Water Spout. Dazzling Gleam, Xerneas isn't going to die to an Airstream or anything from the Thundurus, really. They also might not max it, but they should. They really should max it here. So we're going to get the Dazzling Gleam up for some chip. And I'm trying to put this into a spot where I can Water Spout and just win this game. Hopefully we're going to see something like Life Orb Thundy. And Xerneas will be able to survive that, get the Dazzling Gleam off for some chip damage. And then Ogre can come in and I can Scary Face Water Spout and pick up 2 KOs. But it's going to be super close to see if that happens. We're going to get the Scary Face off, which is really nice. They also might not kill. They also might be more scared of Thundurus, which I highly doubt, but hey, I've seen weirder things happen in the past. There's an Airstream coming out right there. Into the Thundy. Okay, so they're going to go after my Thundy and probably get the KO unless they're like super bulky here. But this is fine because Xerneas is on the field right now. It's a little shaky if they do kill Thundy, but they are Life Orbs, so there's a Dazzling Gleam coming out. A little bit of chip. Now kill my Xern. Just hit the Xern and we're winning this game. That's arguably still okay. That is arguably still okay. It's not great, but it is still okay. How do I want to play this? Obviously, I can't bring the Instant in right now. I think I want to just Dazzling Gleam again, but I mean, Scary Face does me no good. I'm going to drop a Thunderbolt into the Zacian. I'm going to try and break this up, and this turn I'm going to protect. I think they might not come after me because I'm protecting, but I think they just Wild Charge the Thundurus and Behemoth Blade to Xerneas here, but we'll see. See how they want to play this here. They're going to go Airstream again. That's fine. Xerneas will tank this. Once again, into Thundy. Thundy's going to tank. Did they really just give me a Xerneas again? I feel like I guess they could have gotten away with it, right? Like, they don't care that Xerneas is potentially getting damage up here, so I feel like they will go after the Thundy here. But I get that right. We get the Xerneas. Okay, so like we're stalling out the max. This is definitely winnable. The problem is I'm losing my answers. Every single one of my answers to... I'm losing my answer to Gastrodon in the back. And that's what gets this scary. Or what makes this scary, I should say. I'm going to Scary Face the dog again. And this time I'm going to pivot out. I think I want to pivot in Ogre personally, but like Ogre's a little risky, so I think I go, but Instant isn't bad. Actually, if I go Instant, let them take my Thundy, I get Fake Out Water Spell potential, and that potentially gives me something. It also gets the, yeah, I think I go Instant here. It's not amazing, but I think it's my only play. Like, I have to keep Xerneas. I cannot lose Xerneas because Xerneas is my only answer left to that Gastrodon that I'm pretty confident is in the back here, so... And this is why I like bringing Kartana here instead, because it's not a mon that really needs to set up to deal with Gastrodon. It just kind of walks in and kills Gastro. So maybe Ogre was the mon I shouldn't have brought, right? But like, it just does such a good job of dealing with Zacians that I'd much rather have the Ogre here. Anyways, the Scary Face is going to come on out. Hopefully no substitute this time, but we'll see. There's an Airstream. Hopefully into my Thundy. Beautiful. Go ahead and take it. I don't care. Like, at this point, you're fast with Thundurus. That's fine. I've seen it. It's not really shocking to me. You know, congratulations, you're fast, you know. It's one of those things. Now, it's a question of, can Ogre still outspace this Zacian? Are they going to sub? They are going to sub. Okay. Good play with the sub. I respect the sub. Obviously, Xerneas doesn't come in straight into Ogre for me here. They're less... I don't think they're inclined at all to switch in anything along the lines of... Gastron right here. I really couldn't see it. Or can't see it, I should say. Let's see how they want to play this, though. That sub is really going to become problematic here. Because I had planned that Ogre pressures a kill, right? So that sub is a little bit problematic here. Ogre is probably faster than it. They should protect Thunderous on the turn of the... they should protect Thunder here. They should protect both. But I'm going to go for this because in the off chance they don't protect, then we game. I do have my late game max potential. There's the one protect on the Thunderous, and I'm sure Zacian is going to follow suit, but we'll see. No follow suit from the Zacian, so we get to see if I am still faster or not. Kyogre is indeed faster, which is nice. Then that Zacian, obviously probably going to see some sort of maybe a play rough or a reset of the substitute. This is not terrible. It's a little spooky, but it's not terrible. I think I maxed the cat. I am no longer going to max the cat. Instant is alive, but I can't max it anymore. I was going to, I debated it, but it's no longer an optimal play. So now I max here. And if they're going to switch something in, I feel like the Zacian is the one that switches out. So I'm going to max Lightning over here. And I'm going to Parting Shot this slot. And I'm going to basically try and pivot a spot to a spot where Max Lightning can kill the Thunderous, which it should. There's the Zacian going out. Should be the Gastron, hopefully. The Rillaboom is fine. I get the Max Lightning. This also changes terrain as well. I feel like Thunderous just wants to kill the Instant, though, which is a little bit shaky. But this isn't game over yet, so we'll see. If they Wild Charge my Ogre, this is okay. They are Life Orb at +1, so it's going to hurt. So maybe I'd rather them kill the Instant. Honestly, them killing Instant would probably be better off for me. In all honesty. So please kill Instant, actually. But I get the Parting Shot off, though. Then I keep my Instant with the Fake Out pressure. Actually, I don't think it really matters. They're going to Wild Charge Ogre. Okay. I tank. I mean, by tank, I mean I survive. And that's the important part there. Lightning is going to take down the Thunderous here. Just not enough recoil damage. Otherwise, it would have been gone. Okay. We get the Parting Shot off to Rillaboom. And I bring in Xerneas. And I still get potential for Fake Out Geomancy right here, which isn't terrible. I still have an Ogre on the field that they also have to hit. Now, I feel like if they had Gastron, we would have seen it by now. Here's a Parting Shot off the Monkey. So they're Close Combat Behemoth Blade. They don't have Play Rough. This is a little shaky, though. Obviously, the Deer comes in. I don't know if the Deer can do this. I have to get to a spot where Geo goes up. And I don't know if I'm ever in that position. I'm going to have to make a call. It's going to have to be a call, and it's going to be a tough one to make. Because Zacian should waltz back in. What's the Calyrex? Actually, that potentially just gives me Geomancy right now. Right? Does it not? Does it not just give me a Geomancy right now? The problem is they were close combat, meaning my Instant I don't think can tank. I think I need to do this way. I think I go Pokemon, I go into Instant, and I Geo. I think it's my only option at the moment. It also covers if the Rillaboom wants to switch out into Zacian here, which I don't think it does, but it does give me that opportunity here. We'll see what the Calyrex wants to do. Hopefully it's just Sash and nothing crazy. No like crazy Life Orb damage or anything like that. Instant's going to come on in. This is going to be a super scary endgame, but maybe, just maybe, Xerneas can win this now. Because they're giving me an opportunity to click the Geomancy. Honestly, I forgot Fake Out existed. I forgot they had Fake Out pressure, but I don't think it really mattered too much there. I mean, I should have just protected Xern. I would have been in a better spot. Yeah, I needed to protect Xern there, I think. Yeah, protecting Xern there, I just win. Why do I do this to myself? I had the game. If I protect Xern and don't forget about Rillaboom Fake Out, I probably win the game. Instant comes back in, I click Fake Out Geomancy. Yeah, no, that's just a misplay, guys. I'm sorry. I have to try it now and see if maybe I can live on like 2 or 3 HP to pull this one back, but okay. I know what they're setting up for, which, I mean, they've already won this game because I didn't click protect. If I had clicked protect, I would have won. It is crazy to me. All I had to do was click protect, and I just didn't do it. I had somehow maneuvered out of this matchup into a winning spot, and I couldn't capitalize because I'm bad. But hey, it happens though. It happens. That's just on me. I'm gonna be 100% honest there. Now I don't think it's a straight up W, right? Because I'd get the fake out, I'd get the Geo. I'd be in a position where the other option is, do I protect and max Geyser there? Would Ogre have been able to survive that? I don't think so. This is a game. I'm not going to let Ogre die. Ogre doesn't deserve to die here, but it's one of those ones where I feel like I had this one, right? But I have to make that one call. It depends on if I have to call up Ogre. I think regardless, though, I fake out, I protect and I switch an instant. I think the instant switch was correct. I think I just got to protect. And I've decided not to do it for whatever reason. Anyways, continue battling, right? If I bring an instant and protect, and then I fake out in Geomancy, Dazzling Gleam's in a spot where we're fine. They pivot out. Then it comes down. Then they save the Grassy Glide, though, right? Which becomes problematic. So maybe the best play there would have been to... No, that still doesn't work. It's interesting, right? It's up and down either way. Okay, this is a matchup we need to be winning. This is a matchup we really should be winning. Xerneas comes in as a lead for sure. I like leading Xern Cart into stuff like this because it puts on a lot of pressure. But my problem with Xern Cart is it loses to a Dusclops lead. Whereas the other way around, if I go Xern Ogre, it puts on a lot more pressure onto the Dusclops lead. And it covers the follow me option. So I think this is the best way to go. I go Cart in the back. It's Cart Amoonguss generally. I don't love Instant here. Now, Instant is really good in this matchup, generally speaking, but I do believe Cart is actually... Do I go Instant instead of Cart? Like, I can max Xern or max Ogre here, or even max the Cat, and I think that's a little bit better. So, I'm going to not bring Cart here. I don't think Cart has the damage output because I'm not leading it. I know I'm White Herb, but I think Cart in the back doesn't make a lot of sense here. I mean, it's nice to have the wrap up the end game, but there's no Ogre or anything like that. I mean, I think Instant just does it better. I do have to be careful with Xerneas though, because Xerneas is now my only answer to Palkia, so that has to be on the field. Speaking of Palkia, there we go. Speaking of Palkia, there we go. Now, Xern's gonna get the Fairy Aura up. Now, I would think they want to try and get Trick Room here. They should also follow me. I'm gonna Dazzling Gleam Water Spout and pray that it kills. I have no way to know if it's going to pick up. They might Dynamax Palkia, which becomes actually problematic for me. But I'm not going to max Xerneas turn 1 on a potential follow me from Indeedee on a follow me Trick Room play. They're also Psychic Seed, so you know very well right now they're more than content to just get the Trick Room up. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to Gleam and I'm going to hard pivot in. But I don't think they follow me. Would they Expanding Force here? They could Expanding Force to get the damage up, but like, I don't know. I think I'm going to go into Amoonguss anyways. I think this is pretty safe. We see the Psychic Seed on Palkia though. Makes this a little problematic, but I think for the most part we're okay. Yeah, no follow me, so it's going to be Expanding Force Trick Room. They want the chip damage up here, but I didn't want to click Water Spout. There was no real reason for me to. There's the E-Force. I feel like Indeedee shouldn't be killing Amoonguss, but it's going to hurt. Yeah. Amoonguss with the Citrus Berry, so this is fine. Obviously, I get the Sleep Powder pressure the following turn. I get Rage Powder potential as well, which might be the better play, and there's the Trick Room. Okay. So I stall this first turn of Trick Room by double protecting. Because you know they're going to follow me away the Spore, and I believe they're probably Safety Goggles as well, which would make the most sense. So what I want to do is just basically stall out a turn of Trick Room. Don't want to give them a free switch in at the moment. I still have Kartana that can max and win me this endgame as long as I'm smart, but it's going to be a little bit rough to get to that position. Should have led Kartana. Should have just led Kartana. I mean, granted, they're going to hard switch the Palkia and follow me then into their own Amoonguss. Okay, so now they have zero pressure on the field, and I'm happy with this. I could not have asked for a better position. Now, yeah, okay, cool, they can put me to sleep. But, like, they can't put my Amoonguss to sleep, so it's going to be another Expanding Force, I'd imagine. That's fine. Instant's going to pivot in for my Amoonguss, I think, just because I don't really want to be taking Expanding Forces anymore. Yeah, I don't want to be taking those. I think what I want to do here is... This is actually tough because Instant obviously comes in, right? Amoonguss just protected. I think Instant comes in for Amoonguss, and I just Dazzling Gleam for some chip if I get it. It also burns a turn of sleep. And then I bring in Instant. Xerneas is not looking like it's willing to take this right now. Instant obviously pretty safe switch in. You know they're gonna spore my Xerneas that just protected here. There's no reason not to. I could have potentially been in a spot where I could have pollen puffed it. Right? Like I could have stayed in with Amoonguss and healed up my Xerneas, but I don't think that's as optimal as this play because I think Amoonguss with the sleep turns is a little bit more optimal for me. Or with the potential to put things to sleep is more optimal for me. There's the E-Force. I should be able to tank with Xern, that's fine. Xern fast asleep. Now they're going to put my Instant to sleep here, and there's literally zero I can do about it. I could go hard into Amoonguss. I don't love that though, but I have no choice, right? Like I have no choice at this point. Because I cannot lose Xerneas. But can I afford to lose Amoonguss? I don't think I can afford to lose Amoonguss either. This is not a matchup I should be losing, and I'm pretty angry with myself, but it's not over yet. Let's see. I think I bring in Ogre, because at least the worst case Ogre can tank it, and I burn a turn of sleep and try to throat chop here. Now they might redirect, they might Rage Powder Expanding Force here, but I think they should just put Instant to sleep. Safety Goggles Instant could be cool here, but I have it on the Thundy, so I think Safety Goggles Thundy has been a little bit better for me here. Anyways, the Spore is going into my Instant, and we're just going to see another Expanding Force, and that's okay with me. I'm not too concerned, because I'm killing turns of Trick Room, right? Yeah, okay, they're burning through me right here, right? They're getting chip damage up. Everything I have is low, but the thing with their team here is they need to be getting knockouts in this room, and they're not getting them. Now we have what? One more turn of room. So I think I'm gonna protect here, no problem, no doubt in my mind. And I think I'm gonna go for a throat chop again. I want to kill the Indeedee. Actually, I don't think they follow me, and if they follow me, good for them. If they follow me, good for them. Yeah, no follow me, so the Flare Blitz hopefully can wake up and break that sub, which would be nice. But I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get it off. Wake up, Instant, wake up, Instant, wake up, Instant. Thank you for being bad, Instant. The rain stopping, though, is actually interesting here. So, Water Spout will break the sub. It will still break the sub. The weirdness is going to disappear. Do I Water Spout or do I O-Pulse? Because I could O-Pulse. It might be a little bit more consistent here, but I should have enough HP for Water Spout to break that sub. And I Flare Blitz into the Gus to hopefully pick up the knockout. Sub Amoonguss is annoying, but had I woken up, it would have just been GG. It's a shame that I didn't, but saving the one turn wake for my save the one turn wake for what am I trying to say here? For the Xerneas here, because this is still becoming problematic. I am still going to need Instant to wake up here. Water Spout for some chip damage here. Nobody's Dynamax yet. Hopefully this breaks the sub. If it doesn't break the sub because the rain's gone, this is problematic, but okay. That's what I thought. Instant wake up, please, buddy. 3-turn sleep. Alright. Could have used the wake up there, and they're going to Pollen Puff and just heal up there. That's okay. Without that 3-turn sleep, it's just GG, though. I'm going to save Instant. I'm going to leave it asleep. And I'm going to pivot into... I'm going to Thunder in case they give it to me. And I'm going to pivot into... I could Max Lightning, but I want my Amoonguss on the field. I want my Amoonguss because it puts just as much pressure on as theirs. I can heal my own water type, you know? Like... This basically just covers if they go Hydro Pump here. Kyogre's going to Thunder, get a little bit of chip damage here outside of Trick Room. I put that thing to sleep next turn. I'm okay with that. They're going to Hydro Pump. Beautiful. No Trick Room coming out. Hydro Pump into my Amoonguss, which is going to be alive. And I feel like they're just going to Spore my Kyogre here. Yeah. Now I protect the Amoonguss to give my Kyogre a turn to wake up. Just click whatever I want to burn a turn to sleep. And I protect here because it should be a Spacial Rend into the Gus. This is a really, really scary endgame. It should be Spacial Rend, no doubt in my mind. Kyogre obviously burning a turn of sleep here. They could hit the Ogre, but it's actually going to be a Flamethrower, which I respect a little bit more. Amoonguss, of course, going to take that, and they're going to get a free substitute. So, sub Amoonguss proving to be good for my opponent here. Flamethrower also proving to be very concerning for me. I think they got to expect me to switch an instant now to eat the Flamethrower. Right? You know, I think it's one of those ones where it's like, yeah, they're going to bring in the instant to eat the Flamethrower. Right? That's only natural. So I'm going to try and Water Spout. And I think I'm going to bring in... I think I still bring in instant. Like, they might... Actually, I'm going to stay on the field. I'm going to get greedy. I'm going to expect them. The way I've been switching around, I'm going to expect them to call my switch. So let's see. This might be a bit greedy. This could toss the game away. Yeah. Yeah, I tossed it. I mean, I could have brought in instant, but I thought they'd call that and go Hydro Pump. Obviously, they're going to sport. It's not going to matter here. Kyogre already asleep. Instant is useless right here. I don't think I can bring it in. I go Xern. And basically, I need a quick wake up. So they got 2-turn sleep on Kyogre and a 3-turn sleep on my instant. Surely, Xerneas, you can wake up here, right, bud? Surely, Xerneas, you want to wake up. I'm going to attempt it to double wake up. I'm going to go for the Lightning and a Dazzling Gleam. If I can double wake up, I still have a shot in this game. But if I don't double wake up, it's game over. If I can double wake up, I've got a shot. How good of a chance? I don't actually know, but there is still a chance if I can double wake up here. Shouldn't have thrown my Amoonguss away though. I really shouldn't have. I am really banking on just double waking up right now. This is very rough. Xern with the first step. Step 1 complete with the Xerneas dropping the Dazzling Gleam right now. Dazzling Gleam gonna be just shy on that kill. Kyogre, please. Kyogre, please. 2 3-turn sleeps. I mean, it's my own fault for letting myself go to sleep. But they're actually going to spore the sleeping Kyogre that's already asleep. And they are going to Trick Room. So, had I woken up right there and killed Palkia, I could have legitimately won this game. Which is a little bit problematic. Which is a little bit unfortunate as well. I'm still going to go for the Lightning. You know it's going to be a Pollen Puff into that Palkia right now. And the question is, do they Geyser? I think I'm going to switch into Instant here. Just keep my Xern for the late game. But I think I've already lost because I didn't wake up. I mean... It's the 2 3-turn sleeps, but once again, it's my own fault that I am asleep here, right? Like, I could have played this a little bit better to where I'm not getting slept to death, but... Right? Obviously, the 2 3-turn sleeps are unfortunate, but... I'm hoping they just decide to Flamethrower to kill off my Xerneas and not go for a risk of a Hydro Pump and risk losing the entire game to a Hydro Pump, but, hey, you know what? Like I said, they do just go Flamethrower, so we get that correct at least. Hopefully the Lightning can come off so I can't get put to sleep, which it will guaranteed, which is nice. Lightning does come out, does do some damage here, hopefully. That's good damage, actually. I like that damage. Winning this game is going to be wild, to say the least. If I miraculously somehow pull this one back. Granted, they have not a lot of pressure, right? It's the Calyrex in the back. 3 turns left of room. With the Lightning up, I'm going to Geyser into the Amoonguss to break the sub. And I'm going to get my parting shot into my Xern. Just a Pollen Puff, that's fine. They're going to keep healing. And they should just kill my instant, but they can miss, right? Because Flamethrower is their only 100% accurate move. They could go for a Spatial Rend by not wanting to miss, and if they go for the Spatial Rend, we're fine. The Parting Shot comes out. I could have Throat Chopped as well. Throat Chop Max Lightning would have been cool, would have killed the Palkia. But I don't necessarily need to kill the Palkia here. I need to hope for a dodge, right? I've had 2 3-turn sleeps. I need to somehow get my Xerneas into a spot where it's going to win. There also is a chance they go Spatial Rend to try and not have to risk the Hydro Pump accuracy. And if we can catch something along those lines, we're still okay. Nope, they're going to go Hydro Pump, they're going to risk it, and they're going to connect it. Why wouldn't they connect it? So, Xern's going to go down here, and I think that should all but seal this game. I did have Fake Out Pressure. I guess, in theory, faking out Palkia would have been maybe slightly better. But the guys are, like I said, going to come out, going to break the sub. This is some sort of miracle if I'm able to pull this one back. 2 turns left to Trick Room. I fake out. I feel like what they're going to do now is they're going to max the Palkia, which they really should be going for. They should just max Palkia, kill off Instant, and Ogre can't solo this endgame by itself. That's what they should be going for. So I'm going to fake out the Amoonguss in that regard. And I'm out of max, so it's gonna have to be, I think this is just an L, right? I think I've just done nothing but pivot myself into a loss here because of the 3-turn sleeps. Now, like I said, I let myself get hit by those, so it's on me. I think I gotta go Thunder. See, I could fake out Palkia if they're not gonna max it. Right? I could call the fact that they're not maxing Palkia here, but there is no world in which they should just not max Palkia here. This should be max Palkia, max Geyser, kill the instant, and win this game every single time. Okay, they're really, really playing with fire right here, man. They are really playing with fire. I respect it. I respect it, but like I still think they might as well have just maxed. Fake out, of course, not going to work. Got the wrong slot. Anyways, Palkia going to go Hydro Pump and going to connect again, might I add. So, you know what, Palkia, I guess when your moves hit with this team, it's good. But like I said, it's on me for pivoting into this, right? I pivoted Amoonguss in turn 1, got hit by the Expanding Force when I had no reason to, when I could have clicked like Thunder. You know, like Max Starfall Thunder would have just killed Palkia, right? So like it's on me. Like I've put myself in this position. One more turn of room. They still haven't Dynamax, guys. I'm not winning this. I'm well aware I'm not winning this game, but we shall see. We shall see. Maybe they'll forget they have Dynamax or something along that lines. Expanding Force coming out. I basically need Water Spout to miraculously kill. Space Rend, of course, can still miss, by the way. Can still potentially miss. They also have an Amoonguss in the back. I'm not winning this. Like, I'm going to Water Spout. They redirect the Lightning so that my Thunder doesn't hit. And they pray that Water Spout doesn't crit and kill them. They get Trick Room back up. Amoonguss comes back in. This game's over. Follow me is fine. I do want to see if maybe Water Spout can crit and kill this Palkia, but I highly doubt it. I don't even think a crit would have killed. Yeah, crit ain't gonna kill. They Trick Room, they bring in Amoonguss, and this game's over. But like, 3-turn sleeps were too much for me. I literally win the game if Kyogre wakes up that one turn and gets the Lightning off into Palkia on that first turn of Max there. Or I win the game if Instant wakes up and Flare Blitzes the Amoonguss. I win the game there as well. But like, I can't complain about being put to sleep if I'm not going to do anything to stop me from being put to sleep. So they can walk into Max Quake, Max Overgrowth. I don't care what they have at this point. This game's over. So a little bit unfortunate that I couldn't wrap things up well with the Deer, even in what I would consider a favorable matchup. But I let myself get put to sleep there way too long, guys. Way too long. I let myself get put to sleep there. But yeah, with that, thank you guys. I think we're gonna. I guess I'll leave it, but. I don't know, I was going to think of go one more, but we're already 38 minutes into the episode, so there's really no reason for me to go one more. It's just let the Xerneas take the 1-2. Let Xerneas be 1-2. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you do enjoy this content, please feel free to like or subscribe so you don't miss out on more. And with that guys, I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in a future video.